Hey Canucks fans, would you be okay with Quinn Hughes starting the season on the Canucks second unit power play? I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, September the 29th. Yesterday, I spoke at length about the penalty kill, about strategy, about personnel, about systems and awareness and all these things. So today, by extension, I want to talk about the other part of special teams, and that, of course, is the power play. And I know I talked about this about a week and a half ago, but I want to bring it up again given the practice lines that the Canucks were working on yesterday, I should say more accurately, the power play units. And I think we all had this hope and this vision of Quinn Hughes manning the first power play unit with Brock Boeser and Elias Pettersson on either side on the half boards. And that still could be the case, right? I'm not going to get too caught up, like I said yesterday, or read too much into one practice. But at yesterday's practice, it was Quinn Hughes on the second unit and Alex Edler on the top unit. So on the top unit, it was Alex Edler with Brock Boeser, Elias Pettersson, with JT Miller, and with Josh Leivo. And the second unit had Hughes, Horvat, Myers, and likely combination of Pearson and Ferland to make that second unit. So let's talk about last year's power play, and then let's talk about the combinations for this year's power play and the potential for it. Last year, I think, although it was exciting to have Pettersson, I always say that. I always say Pettersson. Do you guys ever do that? Well, it was cool to have Pettersson and Boeser on the power play. I think the Canucks power play was a little stale. It was a little predictable. You know, Alex Edler didn't have a rocket of a shot, so to speak. So you knew that he was looking to set up either Boeser or Pettersson on either the half boards, and yet Horvat and someone like Berchi or Godowin or someone in the middle in the bumper position. So it became a little predictable, and I think the power play, quite frankly, was too slow to develop. Once they gained the zone, which was always an adventure with no Quinn Hughes last year, I'll get to that in a second. Once they gained the zone, it took a while to get set up, and I think opposing defenses, especially in the second half of the season, knew that they're going to try and set up Boeser or Pettersson. Pettersson especially got off to such a good start last season. And yeah, I definitely think they didn't move the puck well enough. It was too predictable, and then the second unit wasn't that strong. There simply weren't enough quality forwards and quality players to make up a good second unit. That's going to be different this year with the addition of guys like Tyler Myers on the back end and, of course, JT Miller and Michael Ferland. And the Canucks have talked about they want two units. They want two almost equal units, so they'll be equally as dangerous. So it will make the opposing team have to think about how they're going to kill the penalties, what personnel they're going to put out, and simply put more pressure on. The Canucks can put more pressure on for the entire 2 minutes. And that's why we've seen guys like Bo Horvat playing on the second unit as opposed to the first unit. So, like I said, we had these visions of Hughes playing with Boeser and Pettersson and we've seen what they can do 3-on-3 overtime in a small sample size. But we were hoping for that, and that still may be the case when the season starts on Wednesday in Edmonton. But yesterday it was Alex Edler there. So Canucks fans, are you okay with that? Does that make sense? Because Alex Edler, of course, is more experienced than Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes can work his way into the power play, the first power play unit. But are you fine with that? Are you fine with Edler starting on that first unit, Hughes going on the second unit, and giving that second unit a different type of look or a different type of feel, maybe more mobility, whatever it may be? Of course, the one thing that Quinn Hughes brings that we didn't have a lot last year was the ability to get the puck not only out of his own zone, but especially in the power play, more importantly, into the opponent's zone, maintaining puck control on that zone entry, and basically setting up and not wasting 5 to 10 seconds, 15 seconds getting in the zone and having to set up properly. So that's the beautiful thing about Quinn Hughes. He can serve it almost as a rover, skate around, and not just gain the line and stop. He can really sneak down the sideboards, go around the net. We see all these things that he did last year. And the other thing I was impressed with the Canucks in the preseason, mind you, it was preseason, was they seemed to move the puck a lot quicker on the power play. I just talked about how they were too stagnant, too predictable last year. With two better units, with Boeser, Pettersson, now with Miller, with Horvat, Myers, with Hughes, there are a lot of options. There are many options, and I think they will simply be less predictable, which will make them harder to stop. So if Alex Edler starts on the first unit, you can see what they're trying to do. They have Boeser, they have Pettersson, then they have JT Miller, who we've seen is really good in front of the net, not afraid to get those greasy goals. And Josh Leivo, a good right-handed shot with a good, quick, hard release. He would be fine in the bumper position. Also, big body, can retrieve pucks, can bump guys off pucks, can win puck battles. And we even saw, I think, one of the preseason games, we saw a really nice set play where it was Pettersson on the right boards, down to Miller at the side of the net, and then right up to Josh Leivo for a quick one-timer from the slot. I think that shot didn't go in. Either got blocked or it went wide or the goalie saved it. But still, it was a nice look, something we didn't do enough of last year. A quick one tic-tac-toe, Pettersson to Miller, and then back up to Leivo in the slot. then, and if that's the case, like I said, if Edler's on that first unit, he brings experience, and he's a smart player. You know, he doesn't have the same skill set as Hughes, but he is a good player. Don't get me wrong. We shouldn't be hating on Alex Edler just because he's a decent player. Then in the second unit, a more balanced unit, as we talked about, we've seen Horvat and Myers setting up on the half boards, kind of where Pettersson and Besser set up, and Horvat with the left shot, then Myers with the right shot. Imagine trying to stop or block a Myers one-timer from the face-up dot. It's scary. And then you could have Quinn Hughes up top, and then of course, with all the accolades and with all the attributes he brings, and then someone like Tanner Pearson in front of the net, who he's not afraid to score the greasy goals, and also a greasy goal guy, Michael Furlan. He's a left shot, so you might have to change the alignment a little bit, but with Michael Furlan also very good. So with the second unit, you see guys like Pearson, Furlan, and even Horvat, not afraid to go to the net, get their hands nose dirty, get all their body parts dirty. That doesn't sound right, and then score. Try and pot a rebound or a deflection or whatever it may be. So I think it's good. I think overall, when you look at the Canucks' overall power play, both units, the overall combined strength, I think we are much stronger than last year. I think it'll just be different looks, different nuances. It'll be keeping the defense on their toes. It'll be simply a matter of where Edler and Hughes. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. We kind of know that it'll be Besser and Pettersson with Miller on the first unit. We know it'll be Horvat and Myers, likely Pearson on the second unit. So I think the biggest question is, where will Alex Edler start and where will Quinn Hughes start when it comes to the power play? Regardless, I don't care who plays who, as long as they're playing well and they're creating opportunities, creating chances, and of course, ultimately scoring goals, making teams pay for going on the penalty kill, so to speak. So it could change tomorrow. They could line up to practice tomorrow. Hopefully Brock Besser's back, continuing his concussion protocol, as I talked about yesterday. And maybe Quinn Hughes is back on their first unit. Maybe Alex Edler's back on the second unit, which they have practiced before last week. And then just on Saturday, just yesterday, they flipped back where it was Edler on the first, Hughes on the second. So who knows? Maybe they flip back again and it's back to Hughes on the first, Edler on the second. Regardless, let's not go too crazy. I think both guys are going to get a chance to play on the top unit, and it might be more of a chemistry thing than it is a pure skill thing. But we'll see. Canucks fans, let me know what you think. Would you freak out if Alex Edler started on the first power play unit and Quinn Hughes started on the second unit? Or could you see a method to the madness, so to speak? Could you understand the rationale and basically give the coaching staff the benefit of the doubt if they indeed start Hughes on the second unit? I'd love to know what you think. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like this video. If you'd like to, gonna go film a second video now, which I'll release tomorrow morning. Better, I won't say better, an actually edited video, and going to talk about what I'm going to do for my Canucks post-game initiatives this season. So look forward to that tomorrow morning or tonight. Likely tomorrow morning I'll release that, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. God bless. Go Canucks, go.